episode 148 of Full Court Blitz podcast on your boy Trez with me today, J Fur.
Yo.
What's up, bro, man? How you been, man?
Been pretty decent, man. Starting off the episode, Water Boy, man.
Yeah.
That fluid.
Yeah. It's been, well, today wasn't hot today, but, you know,
not really.
Since we took our break, it's been pretty damn hot out there, so. Had a couple pass outs last week, so.
Shoot, we had double digits.
Damn.
Between
that's
2
a lot
days.
more people. Yeah, it's a lot more. Yeah. Man. It's just you working outside, you know, regardless of what. I mean, stay hydrated, bro. I mean,
Got to.
Especially summertime. You know, obviously, you know, in wintertime people don't know it, but you actually need to stay hydrated in the wintertime more than you need in the summer, because your body is trying to find ways to keep you. I mean, it's opposite. Wintertime, body trying to find ways to keep you warm. Summer, body trying, you know, the sweat makes you trying to cool down. Right. So you gotta stay hydrated all year round. Stay healthy. So
Got to.
So
fruits too.
Yeah.
Eat your fruits.
Yeah, healthy. Yeah, I mean, definitely eat your fruits. Stay away from smoking and drinking and drugs and
a lot of them are
all that
already,
stuff. So that's not gonna help you in this time of the year. So
a lot of y'all are cooked. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, y'all are very well cooked.
Get it together.
Yeah. So stay drug free, man. Stay drug free, nicotine free. And
you asking for a lot of these people.
Alcohol free. I mean, you want to live a healthy life, man, go for it. But if not, hey, it's your life. We're only here to advise you to do good things.
Basically,
this is what we do.
You gotta make the decision yourself.
You don't do it. If you don't do it, then no. Hey, good luck to you.
I swear. I know I can't advise you no more than what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about myself, and I. So, hey, take it or leave it. Since the last time we recorded, man, it was I think it was Game 6 of NBA Finals, I want to say. Shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunder, 2025 NBA champs. They won the Game 7. Sadly, Tyrese Halliburton went down in that first half or the first quarter with a torn Achilles, and obviously he's going to be out for the entire of next season. Yeah. So shout out to Oklahoma City. Halliburton, man. Hopefully you have a good recovery, and when you come back, and you'll come back to the same player you were, or even better. NBA free agent started. Even though this is not a NBA episode, but also we know there's a lot of moves been going on with Dane got released, and KD to Houston, and everybody
talked about that.
Yeah, there's been Bane going to the Magic. Everybody's on LeBron's ass for taking that money and for the comments he made, and it's a lot of shit going on. A lot of shit going on for the NBA, man. And we'll for sure will get to that when the time being. But it's July. July is NFL, right? And we got our first NFL game this month, July 31st to be exact, your birthday. So
the goats be there.
So we're excited. Training camp starts in a couple weeks. So that being said, man, we're let's kick this thing off, man, for the next 8 weeks, man, and starting off with the NFC East, and we're starting new things to where like now me and him are going to take two teams in each division, going to take lead on it, and he is up. So we're starting with the Eagles, and floor is yours, man. Floor is yours.
We had to start with these guys. So this is record based. It's not because I want to talk about them first. Let's put that out there. You know who I would start with, but I'm gonna be unbiased here as much as possible. Okay. So Philly, the Super Bowl champs. Much respect to you. I have to give that. I got to start it off with that. Last season, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty much a landslide for them. They pretty much put that belt down from the beginning of the season, and pretty much ran it throughout the end, going 14-3 in the regular season. Of course, their best competition being the Rams in the their first playoff game. So then they go on to put the belt down next round, and of course we know what happens after that. They completely smack everybody else. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, I'm gonna just start off with him. For me, and I'm not gonna make this a Jalen Hurts segment, but he proved a lot in that postseason to me. Especially those final 2 games. He really showed that he is at least a top 5 quarterback. I can say that confidently. Yes, unfortunately, I can say it. He showed he's at least top 5, mixing up the run game, in which we thought they were dominant with his arm. He really showed that he can throw the ball, put him in the right places, make good decisions with the ball, which helped lead his team to the big ring. Of course, he played the biggest piece in winning the ring, in my opinion. Of course, probably a lot of people will say so also, but he played the biggest piece in the Super Bowl. This was his get back from when they lost years ago. And I think leading into this next season, he doesn't have anything to worry about, to be honest with you. He can just kind of play ball. He got his ring. Of course, you ain't going to give up, lay down or nothing, but he got his ring. He's 1-1. Okay, you got other guys that's got to try to get to his spot. All you got to do from here on out is hold it down. Leading to your support, Saquon. We knew what we was getting, and not as in we, but we knew what they were going to do once they got him. He was arguably the best running back before going to them. After getting to them, he turns into the best, of course, with the offensive line help, powering them all the way through the season, being their strong point, and being really the focal point of the offense in almost every way, besides A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Goddard. But yeah, these guys, 14-3, I think they, besides, of course, of like I said, Rams, they're going to do, I think, near the same thing again this year, leading into this next season. These rookies that they have also, I'm going to go defense, Quinion and Cooper. Now they're going into their next season. I heard that they might be putting Cooper DeJean to safety because of the CJ departure. I want to see how that would work. I want to see how that would fare out for them, which is what leads me to this record that I'm about to give you guys right here. So I'm going to go through week 1 of the predictions. Week 1 through 17. Week 1, they play Dallas. They're home. I'm going to give them the W. Week 2, they play in Kansas City. I had them losing that one. Week 3, they play home against the Rams. I had them winning that one. Week 4, I have them playing in Tampa. I have them winning that one. Week 5, they play home against the Broncos. I have them winning that one. So through the 5 games, I have them going 4-1. Week 6, I have them beating the Giants in New York. That's a Thursday night game. Week 7, I have them winning against the Vikings in an away game in Minnesota. Week 8, I have them winning in New York, again playing against the Giants. Week 9, they have a bye. Week 10, I have them winning against the Packers in Green Bay on a Monday night game. Week 11, I have them losing to the Lions. This is a home game, mind you. I still have them losing. Week 12, I have them losing to Dallas, in Dallas. Week 13, I have them beating the Bears. That's a Friday game. Week 14, I have them beating the Chargers on a Monday night game. And week 15, home against the Raiders, I have them beating them. Week 16, they play. Week 16, they play in Washington. Sorry, I got hung. Week 16, they play in Washington on a Saturday game. That's December 20th. I have them winning that game. And week 17, I have them beating the Bills in Buffalo. Week 18, which is the final week, of course, they probably going to rest starters. A lot of teams going to rest starters. I have them losing their week 18 game. So overall, I have them going 13-4 next season. That's mainly because the losses that they had last season, I think they more so learned from that going into this next season, and then with the departure of players, or mostly really just one big player, that really I don't think will affect them. They still a strong team. Now you're going to this next season, you got talented rookies also that they added too, and they just added more depth. They really didn't lose much, so all you're doing now is just building chemistry and building the camaraderie with everybody. So I think Sirianni is gonna have something up his sleeve, and Hurts is gonna have another good season. So I got them boys going 14-3 going into the next season, and AJ Brown and Devontae Smith.
You mean 13-4?
Yeah. No. I was saying for this next. Yeah, my fault. I misspoke. 13-4. But yeah, going into this next season, Devontae and AJ gonna crack over 1,000 receiving. I say at least 9 touchdowns apiece, 9 receiving touchdowns apiece. Saquon, I could predict him getting at least 1,800, close to 2,000. He might go down a little bit though. I can say he could go down a tad bit just because of Jalen Hurts. I think they're going to incorporate his arm a little bit more next season.
All right. So got a little different approach for that. Super Bowl champs. Shout out to the Eagles, man. They started the season last year going. They started last year going 2-2, and then now the talks was like, Nick Sirianni need to get fired. Saquon won't get enough touches. Brown won't getting his touches. Things like that, and it was just basically just pointing fingers at each other and things like that nature. And now we're just sitting there like, damn, like what's gonna happen with the Eagles, man? Going to their bye week, and then, Nick Sirianni cut his hair. Yeah, AJ Brown there reading a book on the sidelines, and just a lot of weird things going on, and since that bye week they won. They won 10 straight and won 12 of the last 13, and and then we're sitting there like, okay, now they're cooking. You know what I'm saying? Here come the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? And now we're sitting there like, all right, are they the best team in the NFC? And also at that time, it was Detroit Lions because they had the number one seed in the in the playoffs, or for the NFC side. And there's a lot of questions going on, like, can Jalen Hurts be the passer that they need to be? Can Saquon continue his excellence in the regular season to the postseason? Can the defense be able to, do their thing and continue to be good when it comes to the playoffs? And, and as you said, they took care of business against Green Bay. And they had a little scare with the Rams, which could arguably, the Rams win that game, they could arguably, play the Commanders potentially beat y'all and then go to the Super Bowl, and it probably gave Kansas City even more of a beatdown. But obviously, Eagles went on, won the Super Bowl, they busted ass. Now the question is, in all sports, can they repeat? And it's kind of hard to repeat let alone making the playoffs. As a lot of it going in sports like NBA, NFL, MLB, anything to where when you win the championship, it's always that question: can you come back and repeat? And look at hockey. We just had the Florida Panthers just win back to back, Stanley Cups. We haven't had Kansas City was able to win back to back, Super Bowls. Now looking at the NBA, we don't have 8 different champions, and we haven't had a repeated champion since the Golden State Warriors. Mm-hmm. And it's so hard to just get back into, to the playoffs, and obviously you want to repeat, but they lost. I mean, they added some great. They lost some people. I mean, they lost Kellen Moore. The offensive coordinator. Now he's the head coach for the New Orleans Saints. They lost Mekhi Beckham. They lost Meehan Williams. They lost Josh Sweat. They lost Darius Slade. They lost Maddox. They lost Gardner. C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Brandon Graham retired, and then they just they traded Bryce Huff not too long ago to the 49ers. And then with additions, they added another tight end with Granson. They added A.J. Dillon. They added a guard in Green. They added a tackle in Lamb. They added a defensive end and a Jaller. I can't. Olajari, I want to say it is. Then they added another edge in Josh Uche, and then they added Odora Jackson from the Giants. Now that's what they did. Doing the free agency. Now with the draft, the draft picks. I mean, you can say they did pretty well. I mean, they end up getting Steele and getting Jahai Campbell. They went and got a safety and Mabu.
I wish I could say it.
I wish I could say it, but I think the pieces that they lost in free agency, I think they kind of regained. Regained that in the draft. And just looking at it, man, it's just they just reloaded. Honestly, they literally just reloaded. I mean, they lost a lot. I mean, losing Meehan Williams, as a loss. But I think with them having Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, I think it's fine.
They're good.
Because they can just, they can just
plug and play.
Plug in, yeah, right, exactly, bro. It's and then you got Noah Smith, Zach Bond. N'Kobe Dean is gonna come back from his injury. Mm-hmm. So you already know that front seven is gonna be crazy. And you got a rookie coming in, and like I said, Jahai Campbell. So right. I think they're gonna be straight. I'm thinking just more looking at just can Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter step up, because Meehan Williams was taking them double teams and was able to allow Jalen Carter get in that backfield to get the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And he was second on the team in sacks, 4.5. Noah Smith led the team in sacks with 6.5. I'm looking at those two guys and really looking at Jalen Carter. And I'm like, and I think I need him to step up just a little bit more now that Meehan Williams is gone. Now all eyes on where are the teams gonna double team? Is it Jalen Carter? Is it gonna be Jordan Davis? Is it gonna be is it gonna be Noah Smith? Like who? And in my opinion, if you look, I think people might try to they might start doubling Jalen Carter, because then they look at him and like, all right, look, man, like you the next man up, and then that's giving Jordan Davis, N'Kobe Dean, or whoever on that line, like just go in and to take care of business. And I think the defense is going to be a little bit better. They're younger, whole lot younger besides Zach Bond. You look at it, bro. They got 10 projected 10 guys still on rookie contracts. The only person now on the rookie contract is Zach Bond. Damn. So they don't have to worry about contracts for a couple years. You know what I'm saying? And that's huge. They can run this shit up. And and possibly run it back and maybe go back to the winning the back-to-back. And this is the success how you want to do it. Like, you want to start winning when you have your key guys still under their rookie contracts, because you don't have to worry about the big contracts and playing the luxury tax and things like that in that nature, or losing them losing these guys real early. And their GM and Howie, he drafts really fucking well, and now we've seen that on the defense. Offensively, I don't see Saquon getting 2,000. I don't see Saquon get 1,800. I don't see him getting 15. I don't. It's because he's gonna. I think he's gonna have he's gonna crack 1,000. We expect him to crack 1,000. He's the cover on Madden, so we all know about the curse and all that, and what happened. We saw what happened with C-Mac, and Antonio Brown. And
I got money on that curse.
And also it didn't really hit on Patrick Mahomes. It didn't really hit on Brady. You know what I'm saying? It hit Josh Allen and things like that. But what Saquon, man, I don't see him probably. I don't even see him probably getting no near 15. I think he might get maybe 13,
Damn.
maybe 12. And he ended up having what? He even having 13 touchdowns, and I don't even see him even cracking double digits, because now that with the tush push is still going, and when it comes to that 1 yard line on the goal line, they give it to Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? And he led the team with 14. Rushing touchdowns. It's not saying that Saquon's gonna have a bad year. It's kind of hard for you go from 2,000 and then you think that he's gonna come back and give you something similar to that. That offensive line and him, and with his IQ and his vision and seeing the field, it was just hitting last season. And he averaged 125 yards per game last year, and I don't even see him averaging that much. He might even average maybe 90. You know what I'm saying? And it's not saying that it's a fall off, but it's just
kind of is. But
it's a fall off, but it's not. It's not that bad. Like, if he cracks 1,300, that's still good. He's not like it's like if he even I'm telling you, if he cracks 1,500 this season in rushing, like, he's a bad motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I think just respectfully, I give him 1,200, 1,300. What maybe 8 to 10 touchdowns. And that's just me, because I watching football for so long and seeing how teams go from winning Super Bowl and the next year they are. They have fall, and it's always gonna be like a fall off, a step down. It happens, and honestly, I'm a Patriots fan, and we didn't really. Our fall for us was not make it to the Super Bowl,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying, and I seen how other teams are, like the Broncos when Peyton Manning, and the next year, obviously, he was gone. We seen what the Carolina Panthers went. They went 15 and went. Cam went MVP, and you saw what happened with them ever since then. Seattle Seahawks, we saw them win Super Bowl and go back the next year, and they lose, and ever since then they declined. Eagles, when they won in 2018, and you saw what happened to them the next year, they went back to the playoffs, but obviously Carson Wentz was gone, and Nick Foles and all that things in that nature, and Kansas City, obviously they kept on riding and hiding, and see what's Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it's just teams just fall off. They don't really ride off the high like that. And looking at the schedule, and you saying they might go 13-4. I'm gonna be real, bro. I mean, I think they're gonna split with y'all. I think they're gonna split with Dallas. I think they're gonna sweep the Giants. I think they'll probably lose against Kansas City. I think Green Bay is gonna probably give them a tough matchup. All I'm gonna look at, Chargers gonna give it a tough matchup. I mean, the Bills gonna get a tough matchup. I mean, honestly, truly, bro, I'm just looking at it, man. I think they might go 11-6, man. And 11-6 is not that bad, but I don't even know. I won't even give 11-6, man. But I'm gonna just be real with it. I think 11-6 for real. I mean, I give you one Dallas. I give you Tampa Bay. I give you Denver. I give you obviously Giants twice. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I give you Chicago. I give you the Raiders. Like I said, I give you one. I give you, like I said, I give you one with Washington.
Okay.
That's 8 right there so far. And you look at things like the Rams, which is, like I said, the Rams is going to be a tough matchup.
Mm-hmm. Broncos going to be tough.
But I'm gonna get them the dub against Broncos. The Vikings, I think they're going to beat the Vikings. I think they're going give JJ the money. They're going to give JJ his they're going to give JJ hell for sure. And that's 9. And then you looking at Green Bay, like I said, you're looking at Detroit. You looking at
even Chargers.
Chargers. I think that's gonna be a tough matchup, bro. I think Kansas City is gonna be a tough matchup. It's not gonna be easy, bro. They played 10 playoff teams. 10. They played 10 playoff teams, bro, and that's tough, man. And that's really tough, bro. And
work.
And it's just, if they able to have a winning record against those 10 playoff teams and they make the playoffs, then you got my respect. But just right now, I just think them going. I think 11-6 is what I'm looking at. 11 and it's not bad. It's not saying it's not bad, but that's just me.
Question, right? So what I based mine more so off of was their offense, more so still having their main pieces. Basically, they still kept most of their main pieces. Defense, they really didn't lose what they couldn't replace.
Right.
So that's why I have them at 13-4. What gave you, like you said with them, you just think they're gonna hit a slump?
Yeah. Because they went 14-3 last year, and I think just what a lot of expectations is going to be on Jalen now that he has that. All right, well, I have a ring. Everybody expecting Saquon to kind of be better. Are you saying him what's better than what he had last year? That's him basically breaking the fucking record.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He could have,
and he could.
He chose not to.
Well, yeah, and it's we talk about that's what we're talking about. We talk about Saquon being better than last year, and I don't see that happening. Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts can be better. I mean, 18 touchdowns and 18 passing touchdowns and 5 interceptions. I think as a passer, I can see him being better. I mean, you say you got AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, going 1,000. That means basically Jalen Hurts is gonna have to throw for at least 3,500. And can he do that? Absolutely, he absolutely can do that. But is that what he wants to do? You know what I'm saying? We're talking about in 2023, he threw for 3,858 yards, a career high. 23 touchdowns and 15 interceptions.
Right.
And now you look at that, and now you look at the next year. He threw for 2,903 yards, 18 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions, and he missed 2 games. But let's just say that he played 16 games. Because and not played the last game. We talk about him maybe having 3,002 yards, and maybe he probably thrown 21 touchdowns, and let's just keep it at 5 interceptions. You know, it's like, do we really want him to be a passer? You know, and I would like to see see him to improve a little bit more, but like, why force something on him if it's not him? You know, and keep working when it's working. And I don't want them to get big headed and be like, you know what, hey man, we hear what everybody's saying. They talking about Jalen Hurts can't do this, Jalen Hurts can't do that. It's all right. Keep doing what you're doing. And you know, AJ Brown cracked for 1,079 yards with 7 touchdowns, and Devontae Smith didn't crack 1,000 yards last year. And it's only because they both only played 13 games last year. So I'm pretty sure Devontae Smith would have played 15 games. He would have cracked 1,000.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's tough, bro. I mean, I just think it's tough to really just play better. I mean, I think the defense is gonna give them a lot of opportunities. I think it's just that AJ Brown,
they kind of capped out.
I think it's just maxed out. I didn't say they maxed out, but it's just gonna be real. Like, bro, they gotta be that for them to be better, bro. You said 13-4.
Yeah.
They went 14-3 last year. That means they gotta be better than that, and that means they had to go like 15-2. And you know what I'm saying, like, or like 13-4 is not bad, but I don't even see them win 13 games, and that's high. And it's just like I haven't looked at everybody else's NFC stuff.
Mm.
They're not even gonna be number 1 seed next year, and they might not even be number 2.
It's potential.
You know, and it's gonna be hard, bro. And I think the NFC is coming, bro. I mean, the NFC is stacked, and the Eagles, and obviously it's gonna have to go through the Eagles for sure, no doubt. But I just don't like. It's like I said, bro. Like, they had to be better than last year, and I'm talking about way better. I'm talking about everybody has to be better, and I just don't see that happening. I mean, I make say not them doing well, but I'm talking about Saquon going for 2,100. We're talking about AJ Brown and Smith going crazy with maybe with 1,200 yards apiece. I'm talking about Jalen Hurts going, like I said, maybe going for 38,000 yards, 38,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then him, so it's kind of hard, bro. It's kind of hard in my opinion. But this is where we see how teams could be after they win a Super Bowl.
Right.
And then there was 7 points. They was in 7 in points per game last year. They were 3rd in points per game. They were 8th in total yards. They were 29th in pass. They were 2nd in rushing yards. They were 11th in third down percentage. Their opponents was 8th in third downs. They were 6th in the opponent red zone scoring. They had 41 sacks with 305 yards lost. The team itself had 13 interceptions. They only like 22 touchdowns. So I'm talking about, bro. They have to be way. They had to be in top 5 and everything. And that's just my opinion. I think it's just gonna be hard. I think it's just gonna be hard in my opinion. And it's not. And then going 11-6 is not bad.
Right.
Hell, we seen fucking Kansas City go 12-5 and went on the first time in what, not this year but the year before last, going a row in the playoffs, and they still won. And they went and played against the 49ers, and then they went to overtime and they won.
Some crazy shit. Last seconds.
You know what I'm saying? So it's that's just the way I see it. And Eagles fans, it's not to sit there and be like, oh man, you hate on the Eagles. I'm not hating on the Eagles. I'm just, this is what history shows, and I'm looking at the schedule and everything. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. But other than that, any more final thoughts you have before we go on to your Commanders?
Yeah, fuck them. It's always gonna end off with that. Fuck the Eagles. Oh, bro, let me tell you, bro. Shout out to my boys in the chat, yo. We got 2 Eagles fans in there now. I can't stand this shit, dude. It's like I just want to walk out as soon as they walk in, bro. I just can't. It just like it makes my skin itch, bro. I can't be around no Eagles fans too long, bro. It's just like break out in hives or something, man. Like what's going on? I can't stand it, man. It's just I'm allergic. It's just bad energy when they come around, bro. I don't like it. I don't like it. Y'all ain't as bad as no Dallas fan if they was to win something. But y'all just so happen to be winning and talking a lot of shit while doing it. So gotta get you going. I think this might be one of them seasons where that happens. Cause we ain't talked playoffs yet. But we gonna see.
We will see. Alright, man, let's get his commanders, man.
Okay. Shout out to my boys, man. Shout out Dan Quinn, Cliff Kingsbury, Joe Witt Jr. We did something amazing, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Getting the number 2 pick in the draft. A guy that we know was gonna go number 2. We knew what he could bring to the table. But with him bringing what he brought to the table, he exceeded expectations, to be honest with you, for everybody. I still will call him as long as far in the future until somebody does better. He will be the greatest rookie quarterback I've ever seen, and I gotta see somebody do it better. I haven't seen it, not yet. Nobody's done it like him to go 12-5 and be the leader. When I say a leader, like this guy's young, bro. Not necessarily. He was like 23, 24, but as to be a rookie, your first season, and you taking over like that, I have not seen that before. Of course, some people say, I think it was Ben Roethlisberger, I want to say. But that was a long time ago, brother. And I think this guy right here, he's a dual threat with it. That's the difference. This is a dual threat. He was doing it in the run game and the pass game. So, yeah. My boy, JD5, he was one of the ones last season. I think he's going to continue that success this season. Now we go into his weapons. B-Rob, Austin Eckler. Injury prone guys. Yes, that's kind of what messed us up too. We couldn't really have no consistent run game. Along with, I have to put a little bit on the blocking. We had some decent blocking. JD5 just made it look good because he knows how to dissect the defenses and run to the side and get out of harm's way. But our run game could use some work. Yes. Those two guys, I believe, this season with the remake of, I ain't gonna say remake because we did make some changes, but not everybody's new. We made some changes to the O-line, bringing in Laramie Tunsil. I think that was the biggest piece besides everybody else we got. I'm gonna mainly say him. That guy right there, bro. Like when you talk about him, you're talking about top, I'll say minimum top 5 in his position in the league. And we made a big move by getting him because that really showed that we're trying to win now. This is the time. This is the time right now. We had to build that lineup. We went and we let go of De'Ami Brown. I'm still kind of mad about that. I'm not gonna lie to you. We let go of that guy. He was a nice deep threat who showed out in the playoffs. He came in clutch. He was a very clutch player, high level receiver. He wasn't really consistent throughout the regular season, but he did do his thing when it counted most. We got Noah Brown. Yes, we went and got Debo. I think that was the biggest addition. The only thing with him, for me, like everybody's saying, the weight, that's hard to really put on him. Because even with the weight, I can see him in workouts. He's still moving and grooving, doing what he can. With that weight, he could be added power. So you can't go quick to judge and just say that he's going to be less effective, because he could put on that weight just to be able to bounce off the tackles a lot better, to be more elusive. So shout out Debo and everybody on Washington. Going to my defense, bro. We got us a line. I'm mad that Dante Fowler Jr. left us and went back to freaking Dallas, bro. He was a good piece, even though he didn't do too much in the playoffs. I think pressure-wise, our whole defensive line with him, Dorrance Armstrong, not Jonathan Allen, but Deron Payne, and my young bull. What's bro name? My young bull.
Newton.
Yeah, Jerzan Newton. He's a good piece too. I really rocks with him. That's the young dog right there. That flag he had scared the crap out of me in that last second. But of course he's gonna learn from that. He's gonna learn from that and do better. Leading to this upcoming season, he's going into his second season. I think he's gonna be a great piece for us to, I ain't gonna say build around because he's not the main guy. That's gonna be Deron, of course. But I think he's going to be the upcoming guy to step up, and he's gonna help us stop that run, bro. Like when Saquon's running through there, I think because they might double team Deron now. That's probably what they're gonna do. Jerzan is one of those guys. He's quick, bro. He's gonna get on through there, run stop. He's gonna hit you with the little. He's gonna get up and through there. He's a little energy guy, bro. He's a little bit short, I must say, but he's strong as shit. Look out for him. But my defense, definitely as a unit, shout out to my safeties too. Shout out Quan Martin and what's my other boy? We just got
Will Harris.
Yep, Will Harris. He's a dog. Will Harris is a dog. I'm looking forward to seeing how they mesh too, because that pass defense, it was decent, but I think it could be better. I think this upcoming season, Joe Witt has some things to work out with these guys. We got Javon Kinlaw, also Dietrich Wise from your squad. What would you say about Dietrich Wise? Why he would be a good piece for us, in your opinion?
I mean, he's one of Bill's guys. Anybody that played for the Patriots, that Bill gets. They're able to do their role. This is the first time he left. So a lot of people that play for the Patriots, they go somewhere else. They don't do too good. He's just. I'm not saying he's a good play to cause pressure and get to the quarterback. With Dan Campbell, also with his defensive mind, I know he's gonna put him in some good schemes and gonna line him up the best way he can. And you gonna get some sacks. He's not a high digit sack guy. But he does get in the backfield a lot. He does how can I say, he does contain his side of the field. So that's the type of player you're gonna get from him. And what this year he could be underrated. He could He could be a guy that could give you double-digit sacks. You know what I'm saying? But he only had 5 last year. The most he had was 7.5. That was kind of his breakout year. But yeah, man. I mean, you got a good guy. Like I said, he's gonna do his role. He's gonna, he's gonna make some plays in the backfield. That's in the backfield with the passing and rushing. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna be on the field. You know what I'm saying? It was really rare that he missed some games, but it wasn't like he's gonna be out for a while. You know what I'm saying? And he got somebody that's very durable too. So and that's what you need. I mean we know what watching over the years.
You ain't lying.
So but yeah, man, that's the type of guy you're gonna get, man. He's a really good player, and and he's gonna make some plays for y'all for sure.
Okay, cool. We got your boy Jonathan Jones too at corner.
Yeah,
you don't fuck with him like that.
I never fuck with him.
Golly.
Him. I ain't like him. I ain't like Jack. I ain't like the I ain't like him and Jack or Jack Jones. No.
Well, just in case it doesn't pan out with him.
Man, you get.
Oh God, you scared me, bro.
Nah, he's not. No.
You're scaring me.
Nah.
But if it don't work out with him, we got Trey Amos in the draft, bro. He was our 2nd round pick. Trey Amos is gonna lock up if it don't work out with Jonathan Jones. Best believe, I think Joe Witt is gonna get him right though. He builds nothing but straight dogs in the kennel, bro.
Man, he's so old too. So now you can have our.
Oh, he's slow.
He's old. He started.
Oh, you said old.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant like slow as in like shift feet, moving feet.
Nah, he's just old. We don't need him, man. He ain't never like him.
Oh shit. Well, yeah. Shout out to my corners too. Look, man. We're gonna start this out right now. Marshawn Lattimore. Get it back to how you was in New Orleans, man.
Have fun. Have fun.
Cause Mikey is holding it down. That's his boy. From Michigan, man. He's holding it down. I ain't gonna lie to you. He was the best corner we had in the playoffs. By far.
It's the best corner I had ever.
I can't say all that now.
Man, what's the last good corner you had?
Good corner? We just had Kendall Fuller.
And okay.
He was good.
Don't say Josh Norman because you all know how Josh
Hell
Norman.
no. We got him when he was, bruh, he was past. That's the older Josh Norman. We just had Kendall Fuller a few years ago. He's nice. But besides that, Marshawn, you gotta be the guy, bro. You gotta be the guy. We need you back, bro. We can't have that Marshawn that's getting cooked and we the laughing stock of the fucking playoffs because you just getting cooked by AJ Brown and Devontae Smith left and fucking right, bro. They was sunning dude. And I hate to say it because it's Philly, but they was really sunning him, bro. This shit was killing me to watch that shit, bro. I had to turn the fucking game off. Like, bro, this season, man, move them feet. The hands, try to put your hands on down, bro. Keep your hands down. Cause this season right here, we need you to lock up. This gonna be the year right here. That's why I got us again going 12-5. So I'm gonna go down the predictions. Week 1, we played the Giants. This is a home game. I got us with a dub. Week 2, we played in Green Bay. That's a Thursday night game. I was losing that game. Week 3, home game versus the Raiders. I get that a win. Week 4, at the Falcons. I get that a win. Week 5, at Chargers. I get that one a win. Week 6, that's a Monday night game against the Bears. I say we win that one. Week 7, in Dallas. That's a 4:25 game. I think we lose that game in Dallas. Week 8, Monday night game against the Chiefs. I think we lose that one. Week 9, we play against Seahawks. And that one is a night game. I say we win that one. Week 10, this is a home game against the Lions. I think they come back and they get that dub, man. I think they do. Week 11, this is played in Madrid. This is going to be a 9:30 a.m. game. I think we still win that one. Week 12, we have a bye. Week 13 versus the Broncos is a home game. It's a night game. I think we win that one. Week 14, this is in Minnesota. Win. Week 15, at New York Giants. 1 p.m. game. Win that one. Week 16, this is a Saturday game on the 20th of December. Versus the Eagles. We lose that one. And this is a home game. I'm thinking we're going to lose that one. Week 17, we're going on Christmas Day, Thursday, 1 p.m. game against Dallas. Win that game, and then we finish the season in Philly with a win. Of course, everybody sits their players, so I guess that's just going to be an extra dub on the system. I think we go 12-5 once again. This squad here, more so, we got. I think this squad is going to have to find out what we're going to do with Terry too. Of course, I don't think that's going to be a problem throughout the season, but it's going to affect how everybody meshes with him compared to Debo, how everybody flushes into the offense. And I got to see this new line, rushing wise. That's going to play a big part too. Because JD5 running around again this season, I hate to wish this on my own quarterback. I don't think it's going to go as smoothly as it did last year with him running around like he did. They're going to have to protect him a lot more. And I think they do about the same, if not a tad bit better. I could have shifted it a little bit with that that first Philly game, to be honest with you, and probably switched them. I would have gave them the first dub. I'm sorry, the first loss, and then I would have said they would have won week 18. But I think with them being a little bit stronger and more cohesive on the offensive side, they mostly had their guys already. And the young bulls, they got those guys. They were locked in from day one. I just think that they were a little bit better equipped for this next season coming up to take that first dub. So, yeah, Lions are gonna come back for that belt, I believe. Chiefs, of course, we know they are a little bit more dominant. Of course, they got Pat at the helm. Travis, shout out to my boy. I think he's gonna come back and he gonna try to get to the Super Bowl again. We're gonna see how that goes. Cowboys, I think they're just gonna be a little bit better equipped this season because they have more weapons. Of course, we're gonna get to them, but that's just why I'm gonna leave it at right there. And then Packers, I think they're just overall a little bit more better as far as offensively, defensively, coverage, pass game, receiver talent. They're more balanced, in my opinion. But we do have a top-heavy receiving core. But yeah, so I have to give them that win for week 2. I got us going 12-5 again.
All right. So y'all were 9-4 in one-score games last year. Y'all can say that. A lot of people say y'all were one of the luckiest teams in the league last year.
That's what they would say.
Jaden Daniels had a historic rookie season, things like that in nature. Y'all was able to go to the to the playoffs and make it to the NFC Championship game, and also we know what happened that. And I just think that y'all were a hot team. Got hot, and everything was just going well for y'all, and and obviously gonna ride off that high and things like that in nature. Man, pretty good, decent season for y'all. Y'all never seen anything like that. Kudos to y'all for sure. Now the thing is, can you come back and be better and not put yourself in those situations again? Start the game off strong, finish the game strong. Not be terrible in 1, 2, and 3, and then come back and be good in the 4th. And for you to be one of those teams like the Patriots and the Kansas Cities and the Buffaloes and let me say this again. For you to be one of those good teams, as in being Kansas City, Baltimore, Buffalo, and when Cincinnati can get that shit going, those top tier teams, you gotta start the game strong and you gotta finish strong, and there's no in between. You can't just, you can't. You can't start off slow and then finish strong. It's because you can get lucky with it. You can say you get lucky with it, but you don't want to, have that. You don't want to be like that, and it can give fans be anxious. And for y'all, I was like I said, I went down to 4, and things were going on for y'all. I was, about the whole game with Chicago Bears game, Hail Mary, and what happened with the Eagles games, both times, and and we see that. Now, let's play good all 4 quarters, and let's get down to business. Really good season for first year head coach for the Commanders and Dan Campbell. Obviously Kev Kingsbury took a break, came back, be an offensive coordinator, cooked up a little bit of something. Did pretty well, helped out Jaden Daniels. Cool. Now is what y'all gonna do the next year, and then your first year, it's like getting your first high. Cool, your first high was cool. It was alright,
but don't do drugs.
But it's all about what you do the next year, and it's you got to check out the boxes and see what your problems were last year, and do you fix it? Do you improve in your secondary? you drafted, Trey Amos. Let me look at that. What you gonna call it? Where y'all at? Y'all right there. All right. Like I said, you drafted Trey Amos. Good. You get Jonathan Jones. Like I said, I'm never too really big on that. You're now going to your I think your leader cornerback now is Mikey. Can Marshawn Lattimore be healthy and be 80%, maybe 7% he was in New Orleans, and at this point, man, like he has soft tissue injuries, and it's kind of hard to come back from that. I mean, he's gonna be dinged up, and how many games he played last year? Let me see. Yeah, he played,
including playoffs. He played all up. Really, he didn't play.
He played 9 games last year.
Play that many,
and it's gonna be hard. It's hard. He haven't played 16 games since 2021. So in 2023 he played 10. So I mean, it's you relying on him a little bit too much. But we'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Can you continue to show resilience? And and then you go get Debo, and I'm like, all right, cool. Who's next? Because Debo is, I'm hoping y'all don't think Debo is the missing. It's like what y'all need, because that's literally no. You need somebody else other than Debo. You need somebody other than Terry. And that's just my opinion, because Debo isn't going to sit there and be on the line all the time. You're gonna put him in the backfield. You're gonna have him put out everywhere, and then it's like, all right, well, who's your other guy? If you got Debo in the backfield and Terry's out here, and Terry's gonna probably double team, who's the other guy? And
it's gonna have to be McCaffrey or Lane.
Is it gonna be no? I mean, like, yeah, but is that gonna be enough for y'all? And I don't think that is. I think that y'all probably should went out and got somebody else, not Debo, to where like you can have 2 guys on the line of scrimmage at all times, and you let the defense pick and choose on who they want to double team. Obviously, they're gonna probably double team Terry. Then it gives the other guy, the touches, and then just look at what Dallas did. They got CD. They went and got George Pickens. Now they got defense. Guessing like, all right, who do we want? George Pickens can kill us over top, and then CD Lamb can kill us over top and can kill us in between. And that's what y'all need, bro. And just my opinion, I think just getting Debo is, I think it was a waste. But then again, it's like you can still have him, but could have got somebody else. And honestly, it's kind of hard to like ask who's available, things like that in that nature. But I just don't think that Debo is an upgrade for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And y'all missing Demonte Brown was big. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like y'all and you actually got Jalen. Also you say you got Jalen Lane. Cool. And we'll see what happens with him if he's able to
produce.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. As a rookie, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Then it comes to the run game. The run game was not good last year, and you're going to need that. You're going to need that to protect, Jalen Daniels. You're going to need that to control the momentum. Going to control the games, because you want to control the game in the way y'all wanted to do it. And y'all, I think y'all still gonna rely on B-Rob for right now, and we'll see what happens. And also, I think that B-Rob doesn't do good this year. He's out the door. Austin Eckler, getting other in age, he's not going to be your, your guy, or like, he can rely on a little bit, but I didn't like him with the Chargers. He's just a touchdown machine. Mm-hmm. Cool, you can have somebody like that. Cool, but I think that you're gonna need a bruiser. You're gonna need somebody like a Jonathan Allen. You're gonna need you know what I'm saying, like a Saquon, a Derrick Henry, to where you just give him the ball and just let him take over the game, man. That's what you're gonna need and that's what you're going to need in this league, especially the way how these defenses is going to be. I mean, look at these pass rushers, bro. I mean, look at, like I said, the Eagles. Look at the Rams. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at what Baltimore is about to do. Look at look at all these teams, bro, and they elite pass rushers. What do? You slow them down. How you do that? You run the ball. You gotta run the ball. And the last thing, protect. And it's both ways. Protect Jane Daniels, and Jane has got to protect himself. Meaning, yeah, you ain't got Lerman Tussle. And hopefully your offensive line can do their thing and protect him. And hopefully Cliff can come up with something to where, JD can get the ball out of his hands a lot more. Kind of calm down the design runs. And also, and Jaden McDaniels, I'm hoping that Jaden Daniels, not McDaniels, but hoping Jaden Daniels has been at playbook, well, not the playbook, but being at film study and looking at his protections and move the pocket the way it's according to him. And that's the next thing for him is his reads and his moving his offensive line for his protection. That's gonna be his best friend. Look at the Brady's. Look at the Mahomes. Look at Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Phillip Rivers.
Right.
Matt Ryan. Not gonna go on and on and on. Those guys, them guys are able to control the game at the line of scrimmage. That's what you need, and that's the next step for JD. And one thing, don't want to be how the team was last year, bro. I'm trying to tell you. You better tell them boys or your GM, you better pay Terry before training camp, because you do not want I'm telling you, you do not want him to miss training camp. You do not want him going to the preseason game when now contract fucking signed, and you do not want to go even close to week 1 of him not getting paid. If he's not going to get, I'm telling you right now, if he doesn't get paid by training camp, I'm telling you right now, your team is fucked. And if he's not paid by, it's only 3 preseason games now. If he's not, telling you, let him miss. Let that deal get done before training camp. I'm trying to tell you, bro, it's not gonna look good.
Oh, they going? I don't want to say what I was gonna say. Just know, Washington, if it ain't never a player we got to resign, this the one that showed. And this is something he showed it. And this is something that should have got done. I mean, I understand you kind of want to see what Jamar Chase was going to get, T. Higgins was going to get, and all that. Cool. Once Jamar Chase got his money, Terry should have been right there next in line, and you waited. And I'm trying to tell you, bro, if he doesn't get that shit signed in training camp, he's gonna miss the preseason, and it's not gonna be good. And then now your team is backtracking. Then it goes in the line to the way I see y'all. You see y'all them 12-5 again. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna come down a little bit. I might go maybe 10-7, 9-8. And it is not bad. It's nothing. It's just. It's kind of like once again I said with the Eagles. You have to impress me, especially when it comes to the rookie cornerbacks, because obviously they can go on a high and they can come down. I mean, it happens. It's fine. I need more time to see how you're going to be. And like I said, not too long ago, is I don't think Debo is not a good addition. I mean, it's not. I mean, you got a gadget guy. Cool. I mean, yeah, but no, you need a receiver who's gonna be out there gonna make plays and not be in the backfield, and you not, you know what I'm saying? It's cool to have somebody like that, but is he gonna be healthy? That's gonna be the biggest thing.
And then it goes in line with what I just said too. Is, well, if you had another guy, say you had somebody like, just say you had Brandon Ayuk, right? Just saying. Say you had Terry and Brandon Ayuk, just for example. And say that the shit was going on with Terry still going on now. At least he had Brendan Hughes is out there and can give you some production and not have to worry about in the backfield. Now, say Terry missed week 1. Your wide receiver 1 is Debo, and your wide receiver 2 is possibly a rookie with no experience. And that's why I wasn't really big on that movie. I went and got on. I mean, it's cool to have an addition, but that's why I was like, you need somebody else. You need somebody else. And it can put all this is on the predictions, it's on the opinions, all football, all things can happen, but I just think that I just need somebody else.
See, the only thing, I'm trying to get my words out. My only thing is, we have another guy in Noah Brown, right? He is injury prone from what I see. If we could keep him healthy, man, that would be big for us. I think he would be that guy. But that's the only thing, bro. He just can't stay on the field, man. That shit kills us, bro. It's really gonna be the tell all is health concerns, bro. Like even with Debo, that's something I'm fearing about is with him, and we already got him out. God forbid both of them be out, bro. JD could make it happen, but it's like it'll be a lot of work and a lot of physical stress on him because he's gonna have to use his leg more. Of course, he's gonna get the ball where, of course, he can get it in where he want to fit it in because he can dissect defenses. But that's gonna make it way more harder than what it should be. To be honest with you,
he can't decide defenses yet. He's just playing. He's not killing. He's not there yet. He's not
all the way, but he does do that.
He's not there yet. You'll know when he's dissecting defense. You'll know. You'll know because he won't be taking hits like that and things like that in nature. You'll trust me. You'll know when he's dissecting that defense. He's young right now still, and it's gonna take him some time to really know because he's gonna need. It says for NFL roughly you need 2 years. It really takes 2 years, and really year 3 is where like, all right, well, we see what he do this year, and he sees an improvement. All right, cool. Then year 3 is like, all right, he's decided he's killing these defenses, and right now he's killing it with his athleticism. He's not doing it with his mind yet.
Shoot.
And he's not. You're just saying that because you're just seeing based off his numbers. You gotta look at his play. He's not there yet. Trust me. I ain't gonna say that he's like the top 5 guy. No, but he definitely is. Like I can say, if I had to name guys that can break down what they see, and I would say he's maybe top 8. No,
I can say 8.
He's not there. Like I said, he's just young, bro. It's not a bad thing to say. He's not there. I mean, I can say that with CJ Stroud and his rookie year. Like it was all based off him. CJ Stroud was kind of different because he was known to be a passer at Ohio State, and I forgot who his OC was at the time, but he was the most ready quarterback, and he still needed some time to look, and even his, like I said, even his rookie year, it was just based off of comfortability and things like that in that nature. So what JD is like I said right now, all that is just right here. He just the game is slowed down to him for sure, but it's gonna be a lot better. It's gonna be a lot better because, like I said, you won't be down in a lot of these games, and then he pick it back up. Like that's not you don't want that, and he hasn't played. He needs to play good all 4 quarters, and he only give you a little bit here, a little bit in there. He's not there yet. It's fine. Going to year 2. Year 2 is going to show you what he's been doing, and then what the coaching staff is giving him, and then maybe some things are going to change, and a lot of things are probably going to change if Terry's not on that field. So It's gonna show for sure.
Yeah, they're gonna have to switch it up if that's the case. Hopefully not, but
if I'm doing right now, I'm going to say you might want to go ahead and stop. You might as well go ahead and start playing on him not be on that field anytime soon.
go get Amari, motherfuckers.
Not be on that field anytime soon.
Somebody that's in the free agency.
Oh hell, only part that's probably left is Keenan Allen, and he's too old. And
Shit,
and
he's better than nothing.
Yeah, but Keenan Allen's an inside guy. You don't need him. You need someone over the top. All right. Let's talk about these damn these cowgirls. These Cowboys. They went 7-10 last year. Missed the playoffs for the first time since 2021 season, I want to say. You fired Mike McCarthy. You hired and promoted Schottenheimer. That missed 9 games with a torn hamstring. Michael Parsons that missed some games. Trayvon Diggs was recovering from his ACL injury. Somewhat had alright. He had some promising things from Rico Dotto. CeeDee Lamb. Had a good year, whatever. Things like that. Fuck all that. Fuck all this shit, right? Dallas fans, let's just be real.
What you finna say?
We don't care. we don't fucking care.
You sound like Stephen A.
We just don't care. We don't care. You fire Mike McCarthy. Why? He's not the problem. Congratulations. You get somebody that Jerry can control. Jerry being Jerry. Cowboys doing cowboy things. We just don't give a fuck. Honestly, truly. I'm just being honest. Just don't care. True. Hey, cool. I ain't gonna lie to you. You did really well in the draft. Congratulations. And not only that, you waited too long to pay to pay Michael Parsons. Now the man wants $40 million a year. You waited too long. Good job, Jerry. You did it once again. Don't give a fuck, honestly, truly. Because you know why? We just don't see y'all winning next year. And looking at the schedule, I'm gonna make this sweet and short, bro. I ain't gonna waste my time on these damn Cowboys, bro. I'm not gonna waste my time, bro. I'm not. Defense is ass. 31st in points per game. 31st in allowing touchdowns. We don't care. Because we know why? Because people just gonna look past y'all because they can't take you serious. And and I like that. Mm-hmm. Truly, I like that. I just don't like him in the playoffs. I like Jerry. I like him, Jerry, when he's not breathing. And
that's fucked up.
I just, and I just love when the Dallas Cowboys just crumble. I just, because what's gonna happen? They're gonna play the Giants. They're gonna be the Giants 6-0. Oh my God, we're going to the Super Bowl. And then they get beat by. They get beat by. The Panthers is like, oh my God, what the hell is going on? And then, it's just disgrace. We're in the fire. That is take accountability. Look at the schedule. And like I said, I'm not even gonna waste my time with these Cowboys, bro.
He's fed up, yo.
I just it's been on this. I don't care. It's just I'm gonna make it short and sweet, bro. Like I'm gonna make it short and sweet. We won at Philly. They probably can win that game. All right.
Who, Dallas?
You
give them that one?
Yeah, I can give them that one. You know what? Moses is high. Everybody, ring this, ring that. Cool. All right. They might get a dub. Wow. It's a division game, rival game. It's okay. Wow. Give them that. Week 2, they got the Giants. Week 3 at Chicago. Week 4. This is where I'll be watching. Week 4. Green Bay comes to town. I know I talk about this when the schedule released. I just love when Green Bay goes to Dallas. That's an automatic L for y'all. Automatic L. Automatic L. That's when the PTSD start kicking in.
Gosh.
I love when Dallas plays Green Bay in Dallas. It's just I don't know. It's like Trez eating sugar cookies.
Dang. It's just love.
It's just delicious. Cause I know it's an automatic L. Automatic L. Then they go at Jets, at Panthers. Week 7 they got Washington. Week 8 at Broncos. Week 9. Ooh. I remember the last time that they played this team, Arizona Cardinals. They done ran the field. They're gonna lose that game too. Bye week 10. Then they're at the Raiders. And then, oh boy, look at this stretch right here. Cause this is where they make it or break it right here. Week 12, Philly. Week 13, Kansas City. Week 14, at Detroit. Week 15, they got the Vikings. Week 16, they got the Chargers. And week 17, they at the Washington Commanders. Boy, that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. They might go 2-4 in that stretch. They might go 2-4 in that stretch.
Jeez.
You think they're gonna beat Philly? In Philly? No. Oh, they home against Philly.
Yeah.
They might. Possibility. But, okay. Kansas City? You think they're gonna beat Kansas City? Hell no. Detroit? At Detroit? You think they're gonna beat Detroit? Hell no. Chargers? Oh, I'm skipping. Vikings? Home against the Vikings? They might get that. They can get that. Think they could beat Jim Harbaugh's Chargers? No. Hell no. And then they got y'all.
On Christmas Day.
And it's on Christmas Day. L. They go 2-4 in that
12 o'clock.
They gonna lose that game. They gonna lose.
Last game against the
Giants. And then the last game, they probably gonna beat the fuck out of the Giants. Who cares? Jay, I'm not gonna waste my time. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I can see them win 10 games this year. I can see them winning 10 games. Yeah. They can probably make the playoffs. It depends on what they do in the playoffs. And only thing I need for that to do is for him to stay healthy, protect him out, and just that. You're a good quarterback in the regular season, bro. I just need you to just step up when it needs to be. When you go to the playoffs, bro. Just make a run. Make a little small run. You got George Pickens. Good. Yeah. That's a good addition. That's like and I think they're learning from when they had Amari Cooper.
Right.
Now, only thing is George Pickens going to come back next year because he's on the contract year, and expect him to have a good year because we all know how people are when it comes to contract years. Like I said, hey man, don't get y'all. Hey, look, it's like going to a strip club. You all expectations, it might look good, but it's really not. It's not. Sorry, that's a bad analogy, but it's going to Dallas. I just kind of lose it a little bit.
Lose your shit. Damn.
Michael Parsons. Yeah.
But kind of in the same.
Hey, Michael.
Situation.
No. I'm gonna say this. Hey, Michael. Hey, man. You listen to this, dog? Hey, look. I need for you to break the season record in sacks, which is like 22.5. I need for you to get 23, and I need for you to win Defensive Player of the Year, and then ask them to give you $45 million a year.
Cause you see what Jerry gonna do then.
Oh, because you know why? Because Jerry messed up. Because they should have paid him last year. They should have paid him a lot early, and should have got him when the bar was low. Nah, hey Michael, raise the bar a little bit high and see how they go. And all that, all eyes is on y'all, and that's all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got for the Cowboys.
Well, I'll be shitty damned.
I ain't got much to say about the Giants either. So,
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. With Dallas, offensively, I think pass game wise, they're gonna be straight. They really won't have much to worry about with that. They got the pieces to really, I ain't gonna say do what they want, but don't think offense for them will be much of a problem. George Pickens and CD is kind of like, I don't want to compare him to Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, but it's kind of, I'm not gonna say that tier, but they're somewhat close. They're somewhat close to that tier. So with that, you got a classic, on paper, a classic, great 1-2 punch. But the only thing that would put me at a instead of like, all right, they're gonna be nice as hell, is the run game. Will that have the type of run game to be able to not have to overload on the pass?
They lost Rico Dotto, bro.
They got Javonte Williams from the Broncos and Miles Sanders,
one leg
from Carolina.
The fuck they didn't do this? The fucking
you said one leg.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, it's like y'all got everybody else as far as CD. You got Jalen Tolbert. You still got Jake Ferguson, Shoemaker, Kevontae Turpin. That motherfucker right there, bro. I still remember that goddamn that punt return he did against my fucking squad, bro.
Jay, it doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't. Know why? Cause they gonna be doing what we doing, sitting at home watching TV and watching another team win and lift the Lombardi Trophy. It doesn't matter, bro. Stop wasting our time with these Cowboys, bro. Let's stop wasting our. I rather waste more time with the Giants than the Cowboys.
What about the Dolphins?
Yeah, I even.
Damn.
Yeah, I even do that. Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, this is a deep hate. You want to talk about the Dolphins more than these niggas? That's a deep hate you got there, bro.
Man, they're about the same, but
fuck.
At least at least there's some type of excitement in Miami. It's nothing really.
Can I be honest with you though?
Yeah, this is what we're for.
What? Only thing that really scares me about Dallas is the defense, because of course they got Trevon Diggs still out and Overshown still out. I think those guys would play big pieces in this upcoming season. They gotta stay healthy. Everybody has to stay healthy. That's really the main problem with Dallas is injuries every single year. It's like you got. It's not just that it's a number of guys out. It's who gets injured more than anything.
I mean, and they do, and they. I mean, like I said, when they draft, they get Azaruku. They went. They drafted. Ravel Jr.
ECU.
Cute.
Tyler Booker.
And I think the piece, and I think that they definitely drafted well and replaced the people they lost. Bro, the most exciting person I think I really see is the kicker is Brandon Aubrey.
Wow.
Dude,
this is a deep hate.
I believe it when I see it. I believe it when I see it. And then Dad's gonna probably not gonna play good. And gonna talk about put Joe Milton in. No, wow. Oh no, heck no. You paid that $60 million a year.
Yeah.
He better play every game, every snap. And I'm talking about offense, defense, and special teams.
Yeah, that's the politics.
You're gonna be worth $60 million.
That's damn sure the politics of it. Why the guy that might be a little bit better can't get in the game, because you done paid that big money to the guy that was already there.
Yep.
But they do have a solid squad on paper, I must say. But the only problem with them, they just could never, and I mean never, just put that shit to fruition in as far as playoff wise. They just can't do it. It's almost, I don't want to say incapable, but we could just say that as of right now. They're kind of just incapable of doing so. Last season.
And his head coach. Who the fuck is this head coach? Who is it? Who is this guy? Dude. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
I wish I knew.
Exactly.
Prior to.
Exactly. Nobody.
But man, going from last season, I think they will be better. Last season they went 7-10. I
would hope so.
But my thing is, I have them going 2 games. I got them going 9-8.
Yeah, it's yeah. I think besides the Giants, I think it's gonna be real close. I think the Eagles, I think the Commanders, and I think the Cowboys I think it's going to be real close, and I think it's going to be the first time it's been like this in a while. And I think it's going to be like 2 games a game, and it's just my opinion, bro. I really think it's going to be real close. And this division is up in the air. I mean, this is my opinion. It is up in the air. It is. Though any of those 3 teams can win it. Any of those 3. And it's just like I said, one team can be 10-7, 12-5, 11-6. Hell, y'all might, and you might get 2 You might get 2 teams out of this division goes to the playoffs. You might have 3. You don't know. And if you say 9-8, it's really not that off. It's not that off. It's not, especially with a first year head coach.
Right.
It's not that off. In my opinion, it's
at
not
least
that off.
We're gonna hope.
Yeah. It's great talking about these Giants. They went 3-4. They went 3-14 last year. The most losses they had in franchise history. They got they benched Daniel Jones. He's not on the team anymore. They had a really good show out from Malik Neighbors. He set their franchise record in catches and yards, and he earned himself a Pro Bowl honors. Tyrone Tracy Jr. looked pretty good, looked very impactful dual threat, a running back. I think the defense had a really good chance of being really good. We're talking about them drafting Duke Carter. They got Thibodeau. All season they went and got Brian Burns. They got one of the best tackles in the game, Dexter Lawrence. So that front line looks pretty promising. That secondary needs to work on. They got Javon Holland. They got Tyler Nubin. Addable, and like I said, they lost Adoree Jackson. And then in the draft, their first selection was Duke Carter. Then they traded up and lost a first round pick. They trade up to get Jackson Dart, which they really didn't have to do that. They went and got a tackle and defensive tackle in Alexander. They went and got Scottabo, things like that. I think honestly, truly, bro, and I said it, not too long ago. They should have fired Daboll and fired that GM and just started over. And now for them to even keep their jobs, and I said this when we talk about coaches in the hot seat, Daboll gonna have to win 7 games or more, maybe 8. And I think it's gonna be hard. I just don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. And I like Russ. And, they went and got Russ. And Jameis Winston. Two good quarterbacks, and I think it's good for a young Jackson Dart, which I don't want to see in the field at all this year. He needs to sit. He got to sit.
It would be pointless to bring him out.
Yeah. It's no need for him. It's no need for him to bring him out right now. That's just my opinion, bro. I think they're gonna have to win 8. They're gonna have to win 7 games or more for them jaws to be not even thinking about getting them getting fired.
Yeah.
And we're talking about a 4-game increase. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, can they win more than 3 games? I think so. I don't think the Giants is the worst team in the league. I think it's the Saints. I think the Saints is gonna be
Booty butt cheese.
I think looking at their schedule, and like I said, I'm not even gonna waste my time with the Giants because it's just I just don't. I mean, they at the Washington, at Dallas, they Kansas City Chargers, at New Orleans, Philly, week 7 at Denver, week 8 at Philly, week 9 49ers, week 10 at Chicago, week 11 at Green Bay, week 12 at Detroit, week 13 at New England, week 14 they got the bye, week 15 at Washington, week 16 they got the at home against the Vikings, week 17 at the Raiders, and then week 18 they got Dallas. I mean, I think winnable games they get. I see New Orleans. I see Raiders. Maybe Vikings. Maybe New England. And I'm just saying because I'm
right,
dude. I mean that's tough. It is. They don't have a. They don't have a lot of winnable games, bro. They don't.
some look stealable though.
You know what I'm saying? Some do. Only thing they look stealable. And this is just because it's a division game. We play y'all. That's not even a steal. It's just a division game. You know what I'm saying? And I think they might only split with y'all. They might get one from y'all. Maybe.
Potentially.
I don't.
It's a light chance.
They might be. It's bro. It's hard. And then maybe week 7 at Denver. Russ. If he's the starting quarterback, he goes back to Denver. Revenge game. Vikings might be it might be a dub for them. I don't know, bro. Raiders, it's tough, bro. And like I said, they need a fucking miracle.
Yeah.
For Brian Daboll to keep his job, he need to win 7 games or more. And I think their defense is gonna have to be they're going to have to be their key. They keep it in these games, and Russ is going to have to be what Russ does and be manageable and work what he got, because he got Neighbors, got Robinson, you got Darius Slayton, you got Jalen Hyatt. And we'll see what they'll do with. I am see what Tracy Jr. and Scottsboro can do in secondary. I don't know this enough, and that's all I'm gonna say about it, honestly.
Yeah, with these guys, I got them going 6-11. That might be a little bit nice.
Bro, honestly, truly, I'm with you with that. No, they either going 6 games or 5 games.
Yeah. I was kind of teetering. I got them winning against the Saints. I got them stealing one against the 49ers and the Bears. I got them winning against y'all, Vikings and Raiders. That's about it. Everything else, I think, is just a loss, to be honest with you. I don't think they can fuck with the Broncos. I wouldn't even put the Broncos in there in that lane, man. To be honest with you, that's kind of fucked up to the Broncos. It's kind of like a shot at them, man. Kind of saying that's like they could be a lick. I don't see that happening. I think Broncos will hold it down versus this team. I ain't gonna say to put the belt down, of course, but I don't think Broncos will lose this game, bro. And on top of them being home, nah, they gonna defend home turf. They got to. But yeah, it's really not too much to say about this. They're going to lose most of their games this season. They might just need to start from scratch, bro. And I'm talking. Owner to the fucking quarterback.
And honestly, truly, that and I say this year after year after year. I said it with Chicago. I said it with if you know you're gonna get a quarterback, and especially first overall pick, and the team's ass, and and the coach they had prior to that is ass, and you fire it, you always get a new coach, and it goes along with the new quarterback because it's a different system. Look. I'm talking this way. Look what happened with Trevor Lawrence, with Urban Meyer. Bro, this man is being in the league 5 years, and he already got his third head coach.
It's crazy.
Look at my guy, Drake. I'm due in year 2. He already got a second head coach.
Like Caleb.
Look at him. Second head coach. Justin Herbert. He's on his third. Let me just go. Let me see. Let me see. I can just do it off the top of my head. And is that? I think that's it. Really.
Yeah, unless you want to count Jalen in his starting years, Jalen Hurts.
He's
had a few.
No.
Well, coordinators.
Offensive coordinators. Was Doug gone? No. Doug was gone already. Was Doug gone when Jalen got there? No. Did they fire him and then Nick Sirianni? I think it might have been like that. I can't remember.
I think when he took off, that's when Nick came in.
I think Doug was there, and then Nick. It might. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe Doug was fired, then Nick Sirianni, because Jalen didn't start right away. I think Foles was still. No, not Foles. They were still going. Was it Wentz? I can't remember. But yeah, it's just if you're gonna get a new quarter, if you know your head coaches, it's just it's how it works, and now with potentially Jackson Dart can potentially maybe going like it has been going on lately, he might be having a new head coach and new offensive coordinator next year. And it's just like you said, bro, you gotta start over. Gotta start over. Start over and
bring in new energy.
And Giant. I mean, Giants stayed there. I think they're doing it right. I don't know. I don't think that Dart is the guy for them. But we don't know yet because we haven't seen him. We haven't seen him play. And I've seen Jackson Dart play at Ole Miss. You know, he's good. He's he's solid. You know, he's solid quarterback. He's not a dual threat, but he can use his legs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And nowadays you need quarterback that's very mobile. You know, this pocket quarterback. You know, the pocket pass quarterback is
kind of dying out.
It's dying down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I think the last one that's left is
Shador.
No.
Yes.
The last one that's left is Matthew Stafford.
I mean, as far as young guys, but yeah, as far as older, yeah.
No.
Well,
what are you talking about? No, yeah, Matthew Stafford, Stafford, Aaron Rodgers, Staff and Aaron Rodgers and Russell really, but everybody else stays in the pocket. You really look at everybody else stays in the pocket. And Joe, and you take Joe, and golf, and golf, yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah, because you look at everybody else. You know, Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
You got Brock.
He moves.
You know, Kyler.
Even Geno.
Penix. Penix. Bryce Young. New Orleans don't know who the fuck their quarterback is, but I'm pretty sure whoever they got is going to be mobile. Baker. You got Caleb. Golf is like I say, he's a pocket quarterback.
Justin Fields for sure gone.
J Love, JJ, he's mobile. Like I said, your guy's mobile. Jalen's mobile. Dak is mobile when he needs to be.
Brock.
I would say Brock. Okay. I'm just going to it's really not a lot of guys that's pocket passers. Honestly.
What about CJ? You say CJ?
CJ moves when he wants to. Like CJ, he's not a pocket passer. He's not. But you need the guys to be pocket passers so they won't get hurt. You know what I'm saying? You want them to be because that's where the game is getting controlled, and you really it's good for them to be mobile to get them out of situations. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want them to be like you don't want them be out the pocket and running and shit. And I'm hoping and with my guy with Drake, he used his legs a lot, and it's just. Our offensive lineup was terrible, but it's just, I just wanted to calm down a little bit. But no, that's the new wave. I mean, Tua, look at me, Tua, things like that. You just, when we're saying mobile, we're not saying they run the quarterbacks. We're talking about quarterback that moves around
they
inside the pocket, in the pocket,
extend the play.
And a lot of these, quarterbacks we were like, Brady and Rodgers,
Peyton.
And Drew Brees and Peyton. They did all their work in the pocket and they stayed and they moved up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, things like that in nature. And these guys can roll left and roll right, throwing. That's the new thing now.
Athletic QBs.
So it's just these mobile. It's just the way it is. But yeah, man. Just see what happens with this. I think this division is going to be. I think this division is always has its ups and downs. But I think. For the first time in a while, you got three. It's a 3-team race, bro, and it's exciting because now, with you as a Commanders fan, you have something to look up for.
For real.
And you get one in the high, and are they gonna go low, or are they gonna be the same, or can they go higher than that? So it's just, and the Eagles, can they bounce back and not bounce back? Can they redo what they did in Dallas? Like, can they do something, make some noise? And Giants, they're always in the rebuilding year, but what can they do for their fans and then for the young guys they brought in? So that's all I got for that division. You got anything else before we sign off?
No, that'll pretty much be it for these guys. I mean, yeah, ran down pretty much everything on everybody. Just good luck on the season, Washington on top, though. I think we're gonna take the cake.
Yeah, man. Next week is the AFC West, so that's gonna be exciting. Hopefully, we'll see hopefully there's some more different news going on, especially that shit happened with Miami and Pittsburgh. That was crazy, bro. I ain't never, in sports history, I ain't never seen anything like that. That happened, and then the Dame thing happened, or the Miles Turner thing happened, then the Dame thing happened, and then the Miami thing happened again. Like, it should happen literally within in 20 minutes, and I'm at work. This is what, Wednesday? No, it's Wednesday, and that shit happened Monday, bro. I'm at work.
It's a lot of catastrophic
moves. It was like the craziest 20 minutes I've seen ever. Like, I'm like, huh? Like, bro, that was crazy. Crazy.
A lot of motherfuckers working right now, overtime.
Or maybe that day in general, it's just that, free agency started, for NBA.
Free agency started off with a bang in both sports. To be honest with you.
Well,
but as far as football, I mean,
football was back in March, but yeah.
This is kind of getting to the nitty gritty right now. Everybody's what it comes down to is when you see training camp too. I gotta see that shit.
That's all it's all about training camp. It's all it is. Yeah.
We're gonna see more roster spots, either getting filled, people getting cut, or who's gonna step up.
Yeah, more cut. Yeah, and that's where. Yeah. And I don't really give a fuck about training camp. So you just scroll through and you just see,
I like the joint practices. That's what I look for.
Yeah, we're gonna see what the hell gonna get the ass knocked out this year.
You ain't lying. Who's fighting each other?
Yeah, and who the hell's gonna have a crazy injury that's gonna fuck up that whole season?
You ain't lying.
Yeah, I ain't ready for that. Yeah, man. Other than that, that's all I got.
Yep, that's all I got.
It's gonna be an interesting season, and ready to see what the hell we got for this damn AFC West, and hopefully nothing too crazy happens. And we'll see.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah.
If you're here, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow, whatever app you're seeing this on. Spread. You've been here for this long for a reason. Just spread the podcast.
This is where we're back talking about y'all favorite sport. So let's get to it.
Yep. We're about to put these damn Eagles to rest and just move on to the next division. Hopefully the next season we ain't got to talk about these motherfuckers as much.
Yeah, we'll see.
I hope not.
We'll see.
I know we will, because they fucking won, but I'm tired of these motherfuckers.
We'll see what happens.
Put these niggas to rest, man.
We'll see what happens, This is the end of episode 148. I'm your boy Trez.
J Ferg.
And your boys are out.